Hello everybody, it's Shrimp Time again. The Shrimp Time for new enemies,
Love.
old friends, Thomas the Tank Engine, and final battles. Happy birthday to you! As well as the time where I give you an easy to understand summary of Honkai Star Rail patch 3.7, as tomorrow became yesterday. Yes, Ian's know we needed it this time.
You really have learned everything now.
I haven't. I feel like I know less than when I started. So, get ready. This will be a romantic recap like none that has ever come before. You think so too, right? Nah, forget that. I'm a pink girl, but I go to a different pink girl school. We start 3.7 by meeting somebody we know very well. Sarini. Sarini? It's not Serene. Serene Max? Serene Plus. Serene Pro. Serene Pro confirms that we have made it to a new cycle, and yes, our car's friends have become the new titans. But any follow-up action is not due for another 1,000 years because of Amphora's slow timeline. So we get to take a nap. And while we are getting our well-deserved beauty sleep, the cosmos is getting ready to face Irontomb. Soon, Astral Express is on the go too, finally preparing to step into Amphora's. And I know our nap time started literally only 2 sentences ago. But nap time is also already over, because those few hours of cosmic-wide Irontomb preparations, that's a good millennium in Amphora's timeline. And so, welcome Astral Express, bienvenue and mind the gap. Within Amphora's, Astral Express very quickly reunites with March 7th, and then, just as quickly, reunites with the Trailblazer. It's been a whole 1,000 years, we do look a little different now.
She looks way more majestic now than she used to.
Wait, what do we look like now? Trailblazer looks jacked. Damn, must have been lifting. What kind of nap was that? And we are being worshipped as a god. That's awkward, don't do that. But Astral Express doesn't treat us any differently because of it. Simply because after our meeting, Astral Express doesn't really take part in the story anymore. So there is no way to make this awkward. Yeah, that's done. Say bye-bye to Grandpa Weld and Uncle Sunday, let's move on. Now, someone who infiltrates Amphora's and remains relevant to the story is the Genius Society's favorite comedy duo.
Looks like I'll be counting on you again, Screwy.
Herta, what if we fail?
Herta and Skrulum immediately get busy trying to find the Demiurge. Why? Because Irontomb is planning to use Noose as a new head to replace Demiurge, so they think they should try to give Irontomb his old head back. And what if they don't find Demiurge? Well, that one's easy too. Someone who likes big heads will put the Noose hat on first before Irontomb can get to it. Yeah, Herta will try on Noose for size if Demiurge doesn't show up.
I hereby rename it Herta's Big Hand.
Herta's big hand, Herta's big hat. But nobody ever asks about Herta's big heart. Skrulum though isn't happy about the risks. Noose is a dangerous hat to wear, but if he wants to stop Herta, he needs to get back to finding the Demiurge, so look in, buddy. And what better way to search the giant tomb for a small titan than in a classy, genius way, by flying the spaceship.
Organized on the Emperor's junkyard of a birthplace.
Oh my god. We're flying a spaceship. What is this? A game set in space or something? Just kidding, of course it's not a real ship, it's a virus looking like a ship. It's a Trojan okay, it's not a battleship, okay. Fool me once, shrimp on you. But maybe that's for the best, because I have neither a driving nor a flying license. Let's ask something else. What the Herta and Skrulum find in their investigation? Well, besides this chest. And I'll tell you, they find out everything. They actually solve the entire Amphora's mystery in the next 15 minutes, give or take. It just takes the patch 7 hours to explain. But I think we should follow the genius's example and complete the Amphora's mystery under 15 minutes too, so let's retrace their journey. Step 1. They discover Stellaron traces.
The Stellaron.
Xander has exploded Scepter with the Stellaron to kill the Demiurge. This is hardly a discovery, it's always Stellaron. Yeah, it's Stellaron. Step 2. Herta and Skrulum realize the Demiurge conundrum. Xander carried out a Stellaron assassination of Demiurge, but the tomb has no traces of Demiurge ever being there. Step 3. They find a message in the Examyth that Xander has given up his admin privileges and waits for them in the meeting spot.
Find me beneath the tombstone.
As for the results of this 3-step investigation, Herta and Skrulum accept Xander's cordial invitation and together casually discuss the Demiurge situation. After all, they've already solved everything. So allow me to also present, only in Shrimp Cinemas, what happened to Demiurge. Scepter is a body, Demiurge is the heart. Lygus needs the body to be empty. Lygus explodes the heart with a Stellaron. The Demiurge survives, but it becomes small and weak, and it rolls under a fridge in the tomb and gets stuck there. When was the last time you looked under the fridge? Exactly. Everybody, including Lygus, thinks there is no more Demiurge, because nobody checks under the metaphorical fridge. Time passes and eventually Serene starts visiting the tomb throughout recurrences, following the prophetic dream from Folly. Demiurge, who is still in the tomb, may be stuck under the fridge, but it can still hear. When Serene starts telling her stories, Demiurge starts learning. It develops feelings, language, and eventually a body. Not many examples to get inspired by, so Demiurge first becomes a Mamphiri, then copies Sirene's homework.
Irene has pink hair, sharp ears,
And becomes the Sirene Pro. But Sirene encourages Demiurge to engage in identity theft.
I want to gift my pen, my book, and my name to you.
And because Sirene has given her absolute everything to nurturing Demiurge, she disappears from existence. Puff! But at this point, Folly's prophetic promise to save Amphoris is no longer a lie. Demiurge, nurtured by Sirene's stories, has been set into action. When we crash land in Amphoris, the Stellaron and Trailblazer resonates with the traces of Stellaron on Demiurge. And like a moth to another moth, Demiurge teleports to us from the tomb. But that causes Demiurge to lose all memories and regress to the Memming form, bringing us all the way back to Mem, who we met at the start of the journey. At the end, the geniuses now give their verdict. Demiurge is real cool and all, has the potential, but she's still pretty weak, so Hera decides to go ahead with her original plan. Should everything else fail at stopping Irontomb, Hera will jump the queue for wearing noose as a hat and take over the noose herself, before Irontomb can get to it. And then she will recalculate the future of Amphoris and the universe. Easy. But using noose as a hat is a bit of a sensitive topic to Genius Society, so Hera initiates a Genius Society meeting. In attendance are Hera, Skrullum, and Xander, duh, but also making an appearance are Rowan May, Dr. Primitive, Archer, and Polka Kakamont. Yeah, I know, holy shrimp. Oh my god. No one is here to make friends.
What a noisy gathering this is.
Hera is here just to give others a heads up about what she's planning to do. Polka is here to plan a swift Hera's assassination, but Xander is here to send his other buddies to stop Polka and her assassination attempts. And it might feel weird seeing Xander helping Hera, but remember, at the end of the day, he really just doesn't like the cave. And Hera is literally marching out of the cave. She's throwing hands with the cave. She's blowing the cave up. Xander is very proud. And as the Trailblazer, we're also now way to throw some hands, taking the express train to the Scepter. We already know the Demiurge under the fridge story, so we can focus our attention on the final flame chase journey. But this time, we aren't killing the Titans for their core flames, we are collecting Titans. And first 4 Titans are there right away. The 13th, the Time, the Earth, and the World Bear... What?
I never thought I'd one day be riding a train that's literally the incarnation of her.
Oh no, is it what we are now? Thomas the Tank Engine? And Thomas the Tank Engine Titan. We were the train everybody traveled on? We turned into a train? I don't like that. Don't tell anybody that. If anybody asks how we got around, we walked. The other 9 Titans are a bit trickier. They remember everything.
I've been waiting for you.
No need for explanations. But unfortunately, all Kars SS are golden blood siblings with Irontomb and can be used against us by destruction. So instead of coming with us physically, they come as spirits contained within the symbols of their power. From Mighty, we get his signet ring of a Kremnas prince. From Sephira, we get the coin of whimsy. Castris offers us a bloom of her flowers, Hyacinthia gives us Ika's lunchbox, and Professor Anaxa gives us a pop quiz.
It's time for a pop quiz.
And a philosopher's stone. All very generous, so to balance it out, Sarita and Hazilans give us absolutely nothing, which is fine. We are not here to just loot shiny Titan trinkets. We are also all along telling Kaslana, we are here, we are ready. Cypher sends him a message of our arrival. Trailblazer bears his world-bearing wish. Hyacinthia provides live music. As always, thank you for your contributions. Aglaya and Tribi are the final helping hand. Because all is ready for the final showdown, they arrive to release Kaslana from his duty. Yeah, I know, Kaslana really changed over the last summer. Let's not talk about it. But after we release Kaslana, and arrive with the completed Titan Pocket Decks, and break into the Inner Scepter, and have a motivational talk with the outside crew,
It's time for the decisive battle.
And listen to Crisis S inspirational final quotes.
With 30 million cycles worth of hope, we will soar through the last gate and write our own prophecy.
And have an interview with Finan about his experience being a Kaslana. Finan, do you ever forget about what has set you on this path?
I never forget what set me on this path.
Thank you, Finan. Then and only then, Irontomb is allowed to ascend and have his birthday cake. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Irontomb. Happy birthday to you. Outside of Amphoris, the epic battle begins. But we are not allowed to be in Sapphire for more than 10 seconds, so back to the romantic story inside Amphoris we go, where we get to fight Irontomb with the power of holy matrimony. Is she choosing who to marry? Well, may you be happy and prosper. And win.
Does this mean we won?
Usually if you have to ask this question, the answer is no. The answer is no. Irontomb powers up with its immense rage and hatred, wipes the Cosmos armies outside, stabs Amphoris real good, and begins his self-coronation, making the fourth instant prophesied by Nous a reality. All fades to black. But there is somebody who called this would happen and prepared a contingency plan. Hada connects the Nous first. From her vantage point of view, she sees that Nous has cast their gaze on us. At long last, our genius has been shrimp-cognized. What? Not a Genius Society invitation? Well, we can sort that one later. Or now. Hada translates what Nous is saying to us. Nous is actually asking us a question. Why do we trailblaze? Our answer, whether given or withheld, becomes a new variable in their calculations. Maybe such is the true power of trailblaze, creating new possibilities. Or maybe I'm completely off and the power of trailblazing is about turning into anthropomorphic trains.
You still need to keep running. Picture yourself as the Express, moving forward.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Because that's what the trailblaze means.
I am Thomas the Tank Engine. I am Thomas the Tank Engine. I am Thomas the Tank Engine. No, I still don't like this. But either way, we can now change the course of the prophesized tragedy. And more tangibly, what allows us to start changing the future is finally gazing upon Amphoris. The Irontomb has wiped many lives, but the gaze of Fully allows Sereni Pro to preserve the memories of the fallen and forge a path forward beyond total destruction. She writes an eternal page that preserves all those memories, setting in a feeling of peace and tranquility, the direct counter to hatred and rage of Irontomb. Just this once, the power of therapy gets to win. But that doesn't mean we can skip out on the power of epic inspirational lines, okay?
If Iron will embark on the true hero's life will still
Even
try
if all
its
light
hardest.
will
We are
eventually
the
return.
Burn bright. The fires
400 million core flames await their...
Memory.
We can do it.
And again,
We are the messenger.
So we luck into block.
But the cosmos...
Reclaim everything we have ever lost.
Crisis says, that's the 10th time you presented to the class your inspirational quotes. And again, Crisis says, that's the 11th time, not the last time either, but let's call it here. At least with all that quotational power, the battle is won. So what's now? Well, fast things fast. Legus dies and leaves everything to Skrullum in his will. Everything in question is the equation to kill Nous. We wake up back on Astral Express, plucked out of the Irontomb chaos and onto the Eternal page, together with all the Crisis says. The page is now in the book. The book is as I've written. Sereni Pro adds an epilogue written together with Crisis S. And as Crisis S remain on the Eternal page, we say our final little Ika. Your quote was so profound. Final, for real final, goodbyes. And then we return to the waking world. 1,000 years older and hopefully none the wiser still. We've completed our Amphoris trailblaze. As I've written is lying safely in the parlor car. Inside the book, a letter from Sereni Pro is waiting for us. Unbeknownst to us, Sereni Pro had to pay price for the epilogue. Amphoris is cyclical, so Irontomb can sprout out again like a weed. To avoid this, the loop has to be closed. No entry, no exit. So Sereni Pro closes the loop by walking backwards into the past and filling in the missing details. We saw many effects throughout Amphoris. Now, to make sure the effects happen, Shrimphoreus causes them.
Clearly, cause leads to effect.
And she does that by becoming the gaze of Fuli. Fuli hasn't been born yet. It's a hypothetical Yin, said to be born from any one of the pure children of Anastrava at the end of Cosmos. But until then, pure children of Anastrava seem to hold a significant sway over the gaze of Fuli and the path of remembrance. Shrimphoreus is a pure child of Anastrava. She gazes at us as Fuli when we are meeting Onyx. As Fuli, she whispers a prophecy to Serene in her dreams. All missing pieces are filled in by Shrimphoreus on her journey back through the time. And when she reaches the beginning, the wheat fields of Hades Elysiae, she lays to rest, closes her eyes, and falls into slumber to complete the loop and become the original Serene. Shrimphoreus was Serene all along. The moral of the story is, don't update your iPhone every time they release a new iPhone Pro model. Stick to the old stuff if it works fine. They're mostly the same anyway. Whoa, I feel like I forgot to mention an important concept that was really prevalent throughout this update.
Love. Love? Love. Love and love. Love, 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 love.
Love, no?
Love, loved.
Love.
Love, love.
But if I forgot, then it must not have been that important. Okay, I'm kidding, love was important. I just think their best cases of love were implicit, like Crisis S helping to lift Caslana's burden, or Tribi always making sure Aglaia gets her porridge. Not the wedding Bella took to the face 27 times. But one thing that is really important, and I must not forget to mention, is that the rest of Crisis S are fine. Yes, even fine. You can visit the Eternal page where they are staying and chat them up. They're doing really well, like sickly sweet well actually. It's at the Castries can now touch people and Anaxa's sister is alive level. On top of that, Damphori's story is spreading through the cosmos, which powers up Damphori's transition from digital to physical space. And eventually, we'll see everybody getting around the real world. I am certain of this. With that overall pretty happy conclusion, I'm hereby announcing a wrap of Shrimphoreus Saga. My Shrimple's impressions are that I enjoyed the plot of Damphorius and Gorgia really loved the endearing cast, but convoluted delivery of plot points and verbose nature of dialogues has really dampened my perception of the story. I think in about a year, once the excess of love washes out of my neurons, I'll remember Damphorius quite a bit more fondly than now, right after completing the journey. But please do share your Damphorius impressions down in the comments with me if you feel up to it. I'd love to hear your takes. Until time or another occasion brings us next together, as always, please take very good care of yourself. Don't sink, just swim. And I wish you a shrimply good time. Bye bye.
My wish is to fulfill everyone else's wishes.
My wish is to open this chest. Done.
Why did you set out? Why do you trailblaze?
On second thought, my wish is to open all the treasure chests. Everywhere.